I've made Khali observable by everyone. You
Okay.
should be able
I
to.
really should not be asked to play any character but my own, given that I have a hard enough time figuring what the hell how my own character works. So, unlike my job where I am not allowed to abdicate any kind of responsibility, I am abdicating responsibility.
Oh, I was gonna find more mood music.
What, you're all out of mood music?
I was gonna find more. River crossing it is. All right. Last we were here. Found yourself in a strange jungle, the location of which none of you are able to deduce due to your complete lack of worldly knowledge.
I was going to try it again at night.
Yeah, Lycaena definitely wants to try again when she can see the stars.
I don't know how resource deprived you are, but yeah, if you wanted to camp out before you continued on, your short-term objective, if anybody can remember.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, the shorter-term objective than that.
Get to high ground.
Yeah. In terms of not dying, I have a feat for that.
You have a feat for that?
A great feat for not dying.
I roll survival to not die. It says survival. That's what it's supposed to be for.
If I get worse than a success, I get a success. And on a success, I feed myself and 4 additional creatures.
Damn.
Speaking of additional creatures, yeah, you guys were moving through
That's
the
right, we got
jungle.
jumped by a spider.
You got jumped by a scorpion monkey. This
As
creature here that grabbed Khali and tried to fish her up into a tree and make away with her. But just to save her. What good guys you are. So I don't you haven't camped out. I don't know how much resource wise you guys are going. You're in very unfamiliar wilderness. But I think you guys have plenty of food.
But I have a feat.
And you got a feed.
That's the entire purpose of this feat.
The entire purpose of the feed. If you want to camp out, and I'm going to go ahead and put Khali at full hit point because she's got the ability of combat. Khali doing? He's used all of her infused reagents and has handed them out on what you guys have.
I think we were heading towards like some gondolas or something from that Lycaena had found.
Lycaena climbed up into the canopy of the jungle and spied a pyramid structure about 40 miles away in the mountains, and also some kind of glowing energy line that seems to have some sort of carriers, gondolas. It is some kind of cable transport system that has a termination point very close by. I think about 2 or 3 miles away. And the thinking was, somebody built this. Where there's people, there might be answers.
I mean, people might be dangerous. We don't have any way of knowing.
Right.
But
So you guys
we
decided.
also don't know where we are. So it seems to me like heading in that direction isn't a bad idea.
Most people you meet aren't dangerous, so like I guess the odds are in your favor.
And we also defeated an urban legend a bit ago, so, how about good things we...
Oh, Slender Man.
I feel
mean,
like
we did
defeated might
defeat-
need to be in quotation marks, too.
I mean, it is a fairy, so probably. But we certainly probably collapsed a pocket dimension. So there's that going for us.
Yeah, you're cleaning up the multiverse.
That makes us sound way, way too much like superheroes.
Cleaning up the multiverse, one pocket dimension at a time.
And I don't think any of us, but probably Kirrik, qualifies as a superhero.
Okay, so
I don't think Kirrik qualifies as a superhero.
He's super,
It's
and
true.
at least one person probably calls him a hero.
So
It's not me, but somebody.
When night does fall, you are entitled to make new sense direction checks. But until then, any reason not to continue carrying on toward gondola?
Lycaena's in favor of heading towards the gondolas.
Well, you guys take a moment.
Anyone disagree? Like, speak now.
Oh, that does make sense.
Right. So you guys take a minute to collect yourselves, patch up after the attack from the weird tree fisher thing. Khali spends some of that downtime collecting some of its body parts for alchemical use.
Well, that's creepy.
And
Is it edible?
It's not edible, but she supposes that the whatever like glandular device it has to produce this filament can be used as reagents, and so we succeeded on the checks to successfully.
Okay. Lycaena's mildly grossed out, but whatevs, man.
Oh.
All right, moving on. You continue on the path, the no path. You're bushwhacking at this point through the jungle, and a physical barrier presents itself. A wide, rapid flowing river. The water is this dark, muddy red. And it is extremely color coordinated with the dark green and red of the jungle. River of Blood.
Charming.
It's probably fine.
So you can go make perception check. I don't have a prompt. This wiva seems to stretch in both directions for a pretty significant distance. You don't see any like clear, obvious ways to pass. Based on where you are in that lone perception check, Lycaena, you were able to find where some of the rapids speed up a little bit due to congestion of boulders and rocks and like shallow points that you could potentially use as a crossing spot.
Do I have a solution to this problem? Did I buy a solution to this problem previously? Like, would it be easier if I just pulled out a compass I conveniently bought this one time?
Well, I mean, I think you guys have a sense of direction to make sure that you're not immediately getting lost.
I know. Maybe it'll be a sextant for tonight. Who knows?
Who
Is
knows?
this actually blood?
Maybe pass one of these checks.
I did forget to get river lore. That's on me.
How could you? I've forgotten that.
Alternatively, this.
Oh, that might be better than the one I rolled. That's not.
The survival is for a different bit of info. So if you want that, Kirrik, Lycaena, this is not a river of blood. It is extremely rich in mineral content. Primarily, like
is it
iron.
runoff from the gondolas?
There's iron in them there hills.
Them hills.
But at first pass, you're like, oh, wait, are we in a hell jungle? Because none of the animals have seemed particularly, like, mundane. But also, it's hard
Lycaena
to...
doesn't
we were
for someone who follows a god of travel, Lycaena doesn't actually have nature or survival. So I feel like... She's also, like, only 19. So she's not
you're
very
learning
old.
as you go. At the end of your career,
she's learning as she goes.
Oh.
And right now she's like, this doesn't feel, I don't know, these animals do not feel normal.
We were talking when we were enjoying our Lane's Quickie Tacos that it's really hard to communicate that this jungle is extremely weird because Golarion's jungles are already extremely weird. So like,
yeah, Adam was like, what makes you think you're not in the first world? And I'm like, well, there's no singing plants. And like a rabbit hasn't run by saying I'm late for a very important date.
You do have a little hedgehog.
Like what do you want? Like
the hedgehog.
Are there any potions with a drink me label? Yeah. Actually, I would not put it past Khali to put drink me on their potions. And don't drink me on their potions.
Khali's like basic stance of our intelligence, I think she would absolutely do that. And I don't actually know that in good conscience I could tell her that she shouldn't.
Yeah, and doing
Khali was like, I have serious doubts about the intellectual capacity of my companions. I feel like Lycaena's answer would be yes.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, neat. Doing some cursory investigations of this river, this encounter map is the most reasonable place for you to cross without other solutions that you have. There's just either like it's too deep, too wide, or doesn't bear any obvious physical method of crossing, near as you can tell. Khali...
Does anyone have rope?
I think mine's still wrapped around some bad guys.
Khali has somebody picked up the rope that was made out of that thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was Khali. I think
she only picked up the gland. She didn't want the rope. Dang. Long since carried off by a predator.
If it's usable as rope, it cannot be healthy to eat.
I hate that I can't see everybody's inventory in the party stat. Khali...
see why I don't have rope. It's weirding me out, but I'm not seeing rope in my inventory. Seriously, as soon as we're in Civilization, I am buying this character some gear, because apparently I was really, not smart in my gear purchases.
It's the last step,
okay.
and it's like, we gotta actually
role-playing
play now.
the 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of actually what I'm telling myself this whole time, is like, Lycaena is genuinely a teenager, so when she seems like a sullen teenager, well, she's a sullen teenager.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to use my sentinel feet.
Khali finds animal tracks that show that this has been used as a river crossing by frequent animals of different sizes and shapes, up to and including medium-sized humanoids that are wearing fabricated shoes.
In which case, we should assume that we can use it too.
What's the worst that could happen?
We could fall into the river and die.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. That checks out. You're right. That was a stupid question.
You ask a stupid question, you get an answer from Lycaena.
Right. Well, out of combat, it looks like these rocks are all close enough that with your good medium-sized movement speed, you could leap across without necessarily needing to make a check.
Well, that's good news, I guess.
But, to play my hand a little early, one of you brave adventurers is going to be taking the first couple of steps into that, which I suppose will be Kirrik.
I can't imagine anyone else being brave enough.
What the?
Right.
Go for it.
Yeah, so you guys
Lycaena would go for it. She's got decent math. She's got the arrogance of a 19-year-old.
Yeah, so you guys are jumping across, being careful, taking your time, and then I'm just arbitrarily saying that that's the route Kirrik takes. You guys can place yourselves wherever you want behind him when things start to happen. We're setting a cool scene in our imagination.
Imagination.
Um,
What did Lane have for his special? Has he changed away from the sausage yet?
Sausage.
No, it was some.
Okay.
It was some. He also had some special vegetarian. You guys are holding hands.
Apparently.
The vegetarian one was really good.
Is the Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that elote is fucking dope.
I really enjoyed it. I don't have a lot of experience with like West Coast tacos, but it was good.
So it's clear that these jumping on these rocks is slippery and dangerous in a combat situation.
We're taking our time, and surely there will not be a combat immediately after starting.
Kirrik, the stone that you jump on shifts under your feet, and like you see that under the stonework is this fleshy, like semi-translucent, also humongous creature that stirs and reacts to you, like jumping on the rocks, making up pieces of its shell.
Oh. It's a slug.
It is a gross-looking wicked slug. Got art, if I could click it.
Oh, it's kind of horrifying.
The hell kind of snail is that?
It has a toothy maw that undulates, all of its eye stalks touching and feeling everything. Has centipedal legs that begin to skitter and find footing in this flowing river, as well as what look to be tube worms or undulating tentacles and tendrils coming out of porous parts of its shell.
Is it what I mean,
Can I use the recall knowledge you get, like that you gave me for investigating for a what the fuck check?
Yeah, as soon as your turn comes up, because it's hostile.
Why is he so angry?
because I think Kirrik just stepped on him.
I mean, there's more polite ways to resolve this.
Yeah, normally
Yeah, you
I
can watch
resolve
uh,
where you're going.
Just saying,
I
Pardon me,
resolve. I resolve being stepped on by saying, "Hey, ow, what the fuck?"
Yeah, he's saying.
I'm
it
just
too,
saying,
with-
like,
Whoa, that was wrong. Well, fortunately, it is going to go first.
okay.
Wait, what?
What?
Why is it? You said it's going first.
Yeah?
That numbers work.
With 2 nat 20s in initiative.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
All right.
Hold on, let me check something.
I don't think that's what these matter for initiative.
Okay,
I don't
so
think either are there.
I mean, they don't like matter in terms of like nat 20s, but they matter in terms of that's as high as our initiative goes.
Yeah,
it does not go higher.
the mistake the mistake that I made here was that I rolled perception for initiative when it should have rolled stealth, but stealth is better. So
So it's even more first.
yeah, so I'm gonna give this thing an action.
Yeah, thanks for trying to help,
Yeah, I'm
Joe.
helping. I'm giving this is gonna use an action to more or less orient itself and shake off the surprise of what's happening. And then
it's as surprised as we are. Got it.
right, yeah, you startled it. You jumped on its back, and it's like, whoa, what is happening? Is going to take one action to lash out with one of its eye stalk tentacle things at Kirrik. Rolling dice. And it's also one of the like tube things coming out of its shell. It's like squiggly undulating thing. They all begin to get more and more like animated, more mobile, more awake, and then one of them launches out of the shell at you.
Oh.
The more like Adam describes this, the least I like it.
Maybe this is just its way of saying hello. Some people speak sign language. This thing speaks worm.
Oh. Map does not apply to that, so it actually did hit.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's got to look at his map. He's lost.
He doesn't have. Alright, so, Lycaena, this completely alive, squirming snake amoeba thing slams into you with a force of 14 bludgeoning damage.
Attacking me.
Yeah, good question. I thought you should ask it.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Excuse me, sir? Does it respond to sir?
And that creates an existing token that it stays in your square. This thing is still alive.
Charming.
Well, that's the end of his turn. Kirrik.
I want to make it not alive. I choose violence.
Oh, Lycaena also pass this acrobatics check.
Oh god.
That should be comedic. You realize I'm wearing armor, right?
That doesn't matter. Not anymore.
Dang, I missed.
So did Lycaena. Lycaena, if you would like to use your reaction to grab an edge, you're entitled to do that if you have a hand free.
Well, I do, because I assume I do not believe that when I tried to dodge this thing, it counted my shield as being raised.
Right.
So, I assume I have a hand free then.
Yeah,
so yes.
You can make that reflex save.
I will attempt. Oh, this should be good. I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
To a river?
I think under the circumstances, I'd like to spend a hero point.
That's a good call.
Can I do that on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was really helpful.
Well,
I'm
it's
so
not a
happy I did
critical
that.
failure.
100% increase. All right. You slip off of the rock when this thing flies into you and enter the river.
Right.
It's a bit of a problem.
So I'm gonna let you guys decide now because it's become relevant to the conversation. Is this flowing north or south?
South.
No.
South. All right, cool. Khali,
Wait, why the open way?
yeah, the way that doesn't bash her into more rocks.
Okay, but getting bashed into rocks means you have a chance to grab a rock. I mean, not that that's a realistic thing, like, in real life, but hey, our characters are anime characters.
They are definitely anime characters. Lycaena is especially an anime character. I think that to be noted.
Only
This
our
was an
characters are
anime.
characters.
Lycaena
My
would-
character's more anime.
Well, your character is the most anime, yes, but because you want to kill a god, and I think that's the most anime thing ever.
That's how animes tend to end. Back in detail
Yep.
gone.
Too much.
What do we want Khali to do?
Um. Hmm. Hmm.
She does have lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I was looking at her like fun things to see if there's a chance to grab Lycaena for something.
You know, because
She'll fucking need it.
She deserves better.
Because she just fell into a fucking river? Yeah, thanks.
It's a regular river.
While being attacked by an amoeba worm?
We
don't know what this river does in its spare time.
Yeah, we also don't know if we're on this river spare time or if this is like work hours.
Well, so you have scoped the river out, and there's not really a risk, Lycaena, of like going over a waterfall or like dashing into worse rapids. Like this is the worst part of the rapids area of it, because that's what rocks do. So, other than straight up drowning, you're not in any like real risk of, shenanigans.
I feel like straight up drowning is a pretty big risk, though.
Yeah.
Well, you can hold your breath for a while.
Well, I'm gonna vote for throw a bottle of lightning at this thing because it's large, so she can target a square away from Kirrik.
That is a valid point. I have a question. Is the wriggling worm thing stuck to Lycaena, or is it on the rock where Lycaena was?
It is on the rock where Lycaena was. It didn't attach to her, but I think it was the startle of this thing shooting babies that knocked Lycaena over.
Okay. I will second bottled lightning.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.
To the big guy?
Yep.
Draw.
Yeah, the big one.
Draw a bottle of lightning. Target and strike. Gotcha. Khali takes 2 damage. And then put a second one in hand.
I'm concerned about the lack of damage being dealt to the worm, to the snail.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about drowning. Sorry, that's like my priority right now.
Cats are good at climbing. Elves are good at swimming.
That
It's not an elf.
Oh, it's the same song where
She's a half elf. But...
Hubert's turn. We also get to play him by community. He's not big enough to move from rock to rock, so he's basically just tucked into one of the many great smelling pouches that Khali has on person. I don't know that he can contribute in this fight at any reasonable.
Does he
He's
have
a
rope?
hedgehog, so...
Does he have rope? Let me check my loincloth. Nah, they're all sorry, all out.
Do I?
He will go into a delay until called upon to do any. That's gonna.
I feel like when this is all over, Lycaena's gonna become a much better equipped character.
I didn't know I'd be this far removed from civilization. Jeez. All right, Teriani, you can do your free recall knowledge.
Yeah. I will even target him because I'm a nice person. There we go.
Okay. This is a big slug. It is clearly.
Oh god, I haven't even figured out that it's a snail.
Yeah, it's a slug. It's maybe extraplanar in origin because it has weird chittering insect, maybe demonic influence. You have no form of confidence about knowing what this thing is.
Great.
Okay.
We're definitely gonna die.
There's your solo elite on terrible ground. If you are looking to potentially move to other squares, here is the leap. Well, here is the action.
Here is the leap action.
Here's the leap.
I don't understand the measuring tool at this moment.
The measuring weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
Is beam.
Why is this 10 feet, but this objectively closer 15 feet?
I have the, I don't have it so that the ruler shows that.
Oh, okay. From the top left square of his creature, ruler out 3 squares to the left until it says 15 feet, which is also too long. Why is that 15 feet?
Let me check the configuration.
Wait, is it going over the rock? Is there like a height map built into this that I don't see?
I don't think there is. Grid.
Okay.
Grid's normal. 5 distance per unit.
Well, I mean, I don't think Kirrik is 10 feet away from the snail. Just saying.
It's true. Oh, you know why? Because it is counting Kirrik as difficult terrain.
Me on the difficult terrain?
Yeah, for the snake. Because if he tumbles through, he loses that square movement.
Okay, because I was just
Kirrik.
yeah,
The
I was
problem
just
is
trying to
you.
figure out if this rock was close enough for my spider to impose stuff onto him.
I think you see how there's like a little traveling guy icon right under the ruler.
Yes. So
Yeah,
if I turn that off.
Toggle that off, then it'll measure objective distance.
Oh, hey, 15 feet.
I cracked the case.
So 1 action for spider, 1 action to nudge fate Lycaena, and then 1 action. Spider nudge fate Selena, which gives him, so I will have a remaining action to, I don't know, chuck a dagger. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I give 1 action to my spider, who is going to take a leap. My clickety has 40-foot movement, so a 10-foot leap should be fairly easy. But he still has to roll for that, right?
Jump up to 10 feet horizontally if your speed is 15 feet. Yeah, there's no check. I'm jumping.
Okay. So 1 action, give my spider 2 actions. Spider jump.
Spider jump!
Yeah, which, first of all, is probably moderately terrifying. That's a big spider, just go jumping.
He just kind of rides the wind. Yeah, he is probably very large. Like, a tiny creature is as big as a cat.
Yeah, I was imagining something that would, like, pretty reasonably fit across someone's entire back.
Oh, no. And he has little hands.
And he has little hands. Like, maybe not entire, like 3/4 of someone's back. Still, this is a big fucking spider. I'm going to nudge fate Lycaena. So that'll let you turn a critical failure to failure or a failure into success on a skill check, which might become very relevant in the near future.
To say thank you.
Yep. And then my
Given how Lycaena's day is currently going.
Yep. And then I use familiar balance luck, which weird that my spider threw a spear at you over that. To give a -1 AC to the snail in hopes that that will make the difference between Kirrik hitting it and Kirrik critting it. And I will use my last action to, I guess. I don't really have anything useful in my backpack. Teriani is probably also going to become a more useful, get more useful gear. Thinking about all the people he tied up. You know, if Lycaena weren't so touchy about killing them, I'd have my rope right now.
Well, you could have knocked them out.
How long do you think people stay knocked out?
Well, and it was a bug person, not a person, so who knows how their metabolism works.
And depends on
Oh
how
god,
you
wait, did we leave him tied up in the
Yeah.
collapsing demiplane? Fuck,
Sure did.
we forgot about him.
Had bigger problems.
We just run by and he's just like, oh. Guys, why are you in such a hurry, guys? That poor bastard. I'm throwing a dagger at this snail. That I think is a slug, apparently. +3, hell yeah.
Critical miss.
Well, I mean, I'm glad I have an unusual dagger that was impaled into my shoulder a while ago.
Usual dagger.
Yep.
Alright.
That's all my actions.
So let's start with Lycaena. Let's have the river do its thing. Now you can take your turn.
The river to do its thing.
The
Okay,
river's doing
so
things.
what are my options?
Well, that's as much movement as going to be mandated to you. So if you don't take any other actions, you'll just sit your turn right there. You can try and swim to that.
Can I try to swim? Yeah, can I try to swim to like this rock?
Yeah. So here is a prompted athletics check for swimming. Also, being fully immersed in the water.
Okay.
It is that 23 is a regular success. So you move through the water.
Can I use Nudge Fate to make it a critical success?
No, Nudge Fate only turns a failure into a success. It does not turn a success into a critical success. I'm sorry.
Darn it.
Well, yeah. So you can move with a success 10 feet, and like that's enough for you to get scrambled up onto this rock. And at the end of that movement, you'll be prone, but secure.
Okay.
So not being rushed on the river, that's... You know what, we're doing alright. This day could be worse.
All right. They could somehow be worse. Lycaena will sort of roll over, but like try to stay under cover as best. She doesn't want to tempt fate of the giant slug thing.
Yeah, you could actually like more or less be hiding on the back far side of the rock. And if you want to use an explicit take cover action, I think that would be greater cover in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to use an explicit take cover action.
All right, let me give you greater cover.
And I guess, yeah, stay where I am for the moment. Eventually she wants to move onto the other rock to help Kirrik, but I think right now she's kind of catching her breath.
Okay.
Because, oh my god, she just fell into a river that almost drowned her, so.
It's unclear currently, but something that Lycaena would see is that these squares on the other side where Kirrik would flank might be occupiable if you're in just like waist deep water.
Okay, good to know.
For future options. Alright, so swim to that, take cover, and then hold for future actions. Nail. All right. At this point, it's like, oh, hey, I could just probably eat you, and it will continue to be trying to do that. So, a strike against Kirrik,
No.
which misses. It is going to strike again at Kirrik.
No.
Yep. And then its last action is the little worm creature is going to dive into the water, swim upstream, and start attacking Khali.
Rude.
Rude. It is, and for mechanical transparency, acting as a minion. Oh, it's Khali.
Why is
We
Khali's
feel
AC down? Well, not that it would matter, but why is Khali's AC down?
Off guard.
Why is she off guard?
Don't know. Oh, probably because of the spider monkey thing. And that was a leftover condition. Fortunately, not terribly much damage. Okay, now Kirik's turn.
Alright, I'm going to swing and hope for a hit. It'll be real swell. Nope.
Epic knight. This is the kind of thing, the reasons why snails are always in medieval art is because the fights are legendary. Dude, doesn't this rock look like a brain though?
A Lamau.
Familiar bounce luck.
Yeah, paying dividends. Okay. Got the spirit damage. I am going to shift to... No, wait, not body icon. Worn icon. There we go. Alright, that is it.
Okay, Khali has a lightning bottle in hand, but also now an amoeba in her square.
That
I will be right back.
Nothing worse than when you have a lightning bottle in hand to also have an amoeba in your square.
I guess you could try and stab it. She's still got a dagger. Let's see how tough these things are, or should we throw a bottle? Big snail. Big slug. Big snug.
Right.
I hate making decisions for players because it costs them their characters.
What if we just push? What if we just can we just shove it into the water?
Yeah.
Doesn't she have a thing for that? Hold on. What's Titan Swing actually do?
Titan swing. It gives her reach, I think. No, it pushes.
On a critical hit. Okay.
No, that's the awakened ability. Make a melee strike. If it hits, you deal extra weapon damage die and push by 5 feet.
Cool. You know what? Let's do it.
Alright, she never does this because she's never in melee. So, first action is manifest power.
Mm-hmm. And she still has the lightning ball in her hand, so she can chuck that later.
Okay, troll deviant. Yeah, there it is. Prompt flat check. Roll flat check. Yes. Activated. Backlight 1. Turn on Titan Swing and stab. He was melee all along.
Yep. And so she pushes it back 5 feet. It falls into the water, and everybody's happy. It doesn't have, and it can't grab a ledge because it doesn't have any free hands. Right? Right?
It has no hands yet. Cool.
Is this how the snail got there in the first place? Somewhere up a river, someone did the exact same thing?
She pushes it. It is clearly dead. These things don't have hit points worth arguing about. She kills it with 6 hit points, and it begins to float downriver.
It's not quite how I imagine it playing out, but I'll take it.
I'm gonna push it back with my knife, and it killed it.
So the thing is dead. Let's not ask too many questions.
Should we map throw the bomb?
Probably. I can't think of a better thing to do. Unless someone else has ideas.
No.
Right. Stab, throw bomb. Anything she'd like to put in her hand? Nah. I don't want to use her bioluminescence bombs because she hasn't taken them apart yet.
Yeah.
Elixir of life, just to have it in hand.
That's not the worst idea.
Alright, Teriani.
Alright, the immediate danger of Lycaena falling down the river is no longer an issue. So I'm going to... Lycaena, you plan on jumping between rocks here in a second, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. I will go ahead and leave the Nudge Fate on you. We're just going to cast... What are the odds summoning those things requires concentrate?
Pretty low, I think.
It did appear to you that they're acting more or less of their own accord.
Okay.
But judging what this thing is focusing on is difficult because it has no face and must scream.
All right.
It's all
in that case, I'll just refresh the Nudge Fate on Lycaena for no particular reason other than to trigger the familiar balance lock.
Replacing 9 rounds remaining with 10 rounds remaining.
Oh yeah. Then he's going to get a -1 to his AC. And I am going to hit it with... You know what? Cold Iron Needle Darts. Let's test this.
Let's go. Demon Slug. Missed.
It's tempting to hero point it. I'm not gonna, but I just want it to be known that it's tempting.
Making sure that you have die stats open at all times.
Alright. That's my turn.
Alright, Lycaena, you've grabbed the rock, you were hunkering down, making sure you're out of harm's way. The little amoeba worm left you alone and went for more savorable targets, so you seem to be not in this thing's regard currently.
Alright. I'm gonna, get up. And, which I assume is an action.
Yep.
And then jump over onto this rock. Oops, actually, while I'm still back on this rock, I'm gonna draw my spear. Then I'm gonna head over to this rock. And then I will stab at the thing.
Friends to the end. It's too many things.
I can't get... Oh, right. Then I will stay here. I mean... Get up. Get out my spear. And I guess move to here. Not I can't strike.
Hubert suggests that you could toss him to Kirrik and he can start getting in this thing's face. Sure, he doesn't want to eat me. It'd be more than he can swallow.
I compare the mouth size of the worm to the actual size of our porcupine, and you know what? Math checks out.
It wouldn't be fun for him. It'd be way less fun for me, though.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's got to get tossed. Maybe someone with a free hand can catch him. He has free hand. So he... Slug's turn. Kirrik, I want to hit you.
You can certainly try. Question mark. Damn.
Hooray. He hit you for 14. I'm going to apply that for you. Or are you off the clock?
I got it.
He'll map. Button.
Ouch.
Dang. So yeah, it seems like he's finally shaken off the rust of his 10,000 year sleep.
Ouch.
And is beating you up. He's also going to one of the wriggling, writhing pseudopods on his back is going to launch an arc. He's using the artillery, and he's attacking Teriani with it.
Wait a second. Why? What did I do?
You threw cold iron at him.
I throw cold iron at lots of things. I don't see what's the problem now.
So that is going to hit you for 15 damage, and it's going to spawn a little guy. And I need the two of you, Kirrik and Teriani, to make an acrobatics check, because you have been damaged and potentially slip off the rocks. That's clickety. Ooh, I should go eat clickety. Great idea.
You should not go eat clickety.
I think spending any amount. Well, no, actually, it's not a bad idea.
I actually got pretty lucky there.
Alright.
It's less like graceful dodging, more foot sliding and catching myself in a way that dodges.
Alright, Kirrik, if you have a hand free or some other mechanism, you can try to grab an edge with your reflex. Or with your reaction.
I have my sword in both hands. I know that going to one hand is a free action, but is it a free action that has to be on my turn?
Yeah, unless it is a reaction is the only thing you can do not on your turn.
Okay, then yeah, I don't have a hand free.
You might be able to, with a critical success, I think, grab an edge. Critical success, whether you have a hand free. Okay, so yeah, you can make the check, but you have to critically succeed. Go.
It's another acrobatics check, right?
No, it's a reflex save.
Oh, reflex save. Where is attributes? That's where it is. Reflex.
I
don't think that's a critical success.
Not a critical success, so you were knocked in the water.
Okay.
Teriani, tough guy. Alright, so you are going to get knocked back, and then you'll drift. Find yourself with lots of opportunities to potentially catch the water. Recovery check. Yes. Very damn it. Alright, so if you want to move and try and grab one of those rocks, it will take a swim action to pass this athletics check. If you want to do something else, I mean, I'm not your boss.
So I have to do that athletics check now to not fall, or just on my turn?
No, you have already fallen. Your turn
Or
is...
not fall, but not to get dragged away.
Yeah, you need to make an athletics check to not let the current take you
Yeah.
at the start of your next turn. If you succeed,
Gotcha.
you can move up to 10 feet, like east or west. Or critical succeed, which means I think you can just start flying.
Sweet. That's my preferred outcome. Let's see. Well, while I'm still in my worn icon, these little worm guys don't do that much damage. Is there any increased movement going up and over this rock?
You can move up to 15 feet. Moving north is difficult terrain. Moving south is with the flow, so probably a bonus 5 feet. So you can move 20 feet south, 10 feet east and west. Or I guess a 5-foot movement south is free. And north you can move 1 square.
If this is free, does this next diagonal take 10? It would, right?
I don't know what you're pointing at. You're just mousing over it.
Oh,
Thing.
gotcha. So if I go here, that's free, right? Because
That's
it's south.
free, yeah.
Is this then 10? Because the second diagonal?
Yes, yeah. Well, that would be all of your movement because you're swimming against the current at a second diagonal.
True. So that's free. Then I can go, what, 15 feet to the shore? That'd be fine?
You'd need to make another... Yeah, you could, with that single crit success, get onto the ground over there.
Okay. I'll do that.
I am going to mark you prone. What?
Switch to body icon. And no scar with this.
You drag yourself over to the shore and start doing your Blessed One recuperation.
Yeah. And then on my next turn, I'll get in flanking with Lycaena.
You still should have an action.
Was all that movement just from that
Yeah.
crit success out of, or that success
Yeah,
out of it?
single crit success on swim.
Oh, okay, so I didn't actually take a move action. Gotcha.
Right, that was your move action. It lets you move up to 15 feet.
But that does take an action.
Yeah, like when you success, move up to 10 feet, and then crit success, additional 5.
Okay, so then I am out of actions, because I had to switch the body icon
Oh, okay, yeah.
to heal.
Khali. Stabbing him.
I think, yes. Times in life, one has to just stab amoebas.
Finally,
Life someone game.
thing she's good at. Titan swim. Difficult when you're the player and Alright, she stabs the amoeba, which apparently, yeah, these things are very much not any kind of difficult. Maybe she leaps next to Lycaena and gives her the elixir?
What elixir?
She has an elixir in hand.
That'd be what, 1 action to leap there, 2 actions to leap there, and then give
Yeah.
Lycaena an elixir? That's a lot of actions to put herself in melee range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love her coming into melee range.
Maybe she just leaps here and swaps from dagger to sling. She's also bringing Hubert into the fight.
That is fair. I mean, we could get her down to this like southern rock
Maybe
and at least get us,
leaps. Yeah.
and at least get us like spread out in terms of how effectively this thing can knock us into the water.
Yeah. I don't hate that plan. Who leaps?
Yeah, and then she still has an action left to swap between weapons, I guess.
Nah, she stabbed and then jumped twice,
All right, stab, jump twice. Yeah, that's not terrible.
leaving you. Good luck, Teriani.
Well,
Good luck, Teriani.
oh, that was my turn. Okay, he's too far away, and I don't actually want to move around a lot, so guess we do the same thing. We nudge Fate Lycaena, and then I'm going to. See, Phase Bolt is also an attack, but I mean, it's not like he's getting bonus AC for shielded cover, so that's not entirely relevant. Yeah, fuck it. Nudge Fate, bounce luck. I mean, Nudge Fate Lycaena, bounce luck, that thing to give it a minus 1 AC, and then we needle darts him with cold iron.
We're gonna prove your theory. Theory is you have to hit to test it.
Man, that thing was on 20 for a good like second. I'm mad.
I wonder if we all get the same roll simulation.
Maybe. Did yours like hover? Like was it like kicked over to 20?
Like, roll off a 20 onto 2.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe.
Alright, Lycaena, you are solo engaged in melee with this big snail that mouth is quivering with anticipation. I'm sure you love hearing about that.
Yeah, thanks for that phrasing. Alright.
You could have phrased that literally any other way.
My DoorDash has arrived. It's 4 adventurers.
We have
Success, hit. Not a hit. Yeah, alright. Sword and board.
well, more like spear and board, because sword. I should really get one.
Yeah, Lycaena's like rethinking everything now. She's
Well, I couldn't have a sword before because at lower level I didn't have martial weapon proficiency.
got it.
And Warpriest. A pseudopod at Lycaena. A cannon fire at Kirrik.
Cannon fire? Like it's definitely accepted as the cannon.
That's the cannon. He shoots a amoeba at you. 22 to hit for 13 damage. And he shoots one at Khali.
Oof.
Khali risks off of her. Khali does indeed get knocked off of a rock. Khali does indeed manage to grab onto the edge of the rock.
Does indeed.
Khali has shown that she can handle rocks better than the rest of us.
Hubert's like, whoa, we're going. Oh, we're fine.
Well, Khali has a kind of ridiculous acrobatics.
As long as it doesn't
Here's a
involve
cat.
climbing. Alright, yeah, this thing is shooting little guys all over the place. Taking spirit damage. Cover. Here.
Use this as a pretty, hopefully good opportunity. Shift my icon. Stand up. I should have shut the icon. I should stand up. Or maybe I shouldn't have standed up. Oh well, doesn't matter. Missed anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Hosted by your own worm tard. What did you call me?
Petard.
Well, Khali's been very successful in stabbing these little worms as they come out, so strike.
Hmm.
Move to the edge of the rock. Leap. Oh wait, no. She will move to the edge of the rock. Move the prone condition. Teriani. Time for science.
Hopefully. So I could do the same thing. Nudge fate, refreshes Lycaena to blah 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 that. And then I'm going to blah that, and I'm hoping eventually this hits.
Can't possibly miss every turn.
You want to bet?
He could very possibly miss every turn. Right, after Teriani is Lycaena.
Oh no, I can't complain. I have a disproportionately high number of 18 so far.
Well, this snail fight is no fun anymore.
Was it fun?
Were we supposed to be having fun? We've been doing this for 9 weeks and we've never had fun yet.
Can
Hey,
we
a hit.
talk- Well,
Not
I just-
true. We've had fun. That was more of an in-character concept. Fun comment.
Fun is an in-character concept.
I don't know if like I don't remember if the black butterfly actually has domain over travel or if that's just Desna. Oh, she does. I'm looking at it.
2 stabs and a raised shield. That's back to the snail. Strike. Misses. Lob an amoeba at Teriani.
How dare.
Lava.
Oh no.
Can we talk about this?
Can we talk about this? Doesn't hit very hard. 26 damage.
Excuse me?
Just a cannon fire of worm comes out of the back of this thing's shell.
Yeah, everything's fine, but you want to guess what my max health is?
Something
27.
Something around there. See, the math is tight. I know exactly what I'm doing. You're gonna love this. The last action he is gonna do is command all of his amoeba.
All of them?
Yeah, it's on. The only one that's gonna act is the one that's gonna eat Kirrik here real quick. The other one is getting to it.
Bring it on, you little bastard.
He doesn't. All right. Well, he keeps missing Lycaena. It really just wants to eat one of you guys. If you could very kindly step into its mouth, and we can combat. Spirit damage continues to tear away at its soul. Your turn.
It's my turn. Well, I'm gonna try to do the thing that I did before, but again, it is successful this time.
Did it. Drink that thing's juice.
Yep.
Into my foes?
I was hoping for a crit, but I will go ahead and heal 8. Then move to flank.
Khali's turn. Teriani, you're pretty beat up.
I am very beat up.
Here we go, jumping back over there, right?
She can't do more than like 4 health to me, right?
Right. Khali?
Yeah, like
Well,
I'm trying to think if her being here is actually like will be beneficial.
These amoebas are pretty dinky. She could try and
That's fair.
smash it with a rock.
Right.
Let's swap from dagger to sling. Strike. Not sure. Hey, Teriani, watch out.
Did they do it?
Did it?
Can I actually get a range estimate on the attack that he hit me with? Like, could that have gone further? Or did it look like it's not meant to go that far?
Let's see. Counting from him, it could have gone probably much farther.
Okay.
It's got weird propulsive gas that's shooting these things out like a mortar.
Oh, okay. So, me retreating is not going to be that beneficial at
Right.
all.
And a suggestion that Khali could make, because she's the bravest of the group, is she'll use her last action to leap and be like, let's just lose it.
That's an option.
Teriani's
It
turn.
looks generally aquatic.
Role playing for the cat lady.
Yeah, but it has happened.
I was actually going to make a very similar suggestion.
Yeah. So, jumping across these is trivial if you have the movement speed, was what I got from that.
Yeah, it is not a check if you're moving,
Of your own will.
of 10 feet. We didn't check to see if you fell off the rock when you got just absolutely shot by that guy.
That's fair. I have an acrobatics.
Prompt. Hey, fine.
Yeah, we're fine. I'm just lucky. I am very clearly not coordinated enough. I'm just lucky.
Take your turn, though.
Oh, right.
Mr. Joe.
Turn.
Yeah. So I guess I step there. I jump once. 15 feet, was that too far for me to make for free?
To the southeast corner?
Yeah, from there to there.
It's fine.
Yeah. And so I moved once, jumped there, jumped there.
Yeah, this is a cool running, a fluid elven maneuver.
Yep. Using my hands to keep my organs on the inside.
The most graceful thing you've ever done at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
All right, Lycaena.
Blacking out.
Okay, so Teriani is moving to get clear. Khali is basically already clear. Lycaena is going to basically. How deep is the water next? She wants to keep this thing's attention to try to let everybody else get clear.
Okay. I mean, it seems to mostly be doing melee to you. Kirrik hasn't attacked it yet, so until that happens, it seems like it's trying to continue biting you.
So she will attack it.
With a critical hit.
Oh, okay.
Why would we need to
Thank
run
you,
away?
Black
It's just
Butterfly.
dead.
No, she's cool with running away. She just,
Double. Yep.
Okay. So she'll attack, raise her shield, etc., etc. But
Okay.
her real goal is just to make sure that
Yeah.
it's distracted while Teriani and Khali get clear.
Alright, an attack against Lycaena with a pseudopod. I don't know that it's hit you at all. Oof. Critical miss. Secondary pseudopod. Alright, Teriani, this is the big thing, is it's gonna knock you out with an amoeba.
No, it's not.
Holy smokes!
No, it's not.
Eerie Flicker! Wait, alright, first, DC 10 backlash.
10?
Yeah, because you've already manifested it today.
Can I hero point a flat check?
You can hero point a flat check.
Okay, I guess I'll just click the button again because there's no reroll with hero point button.
Oh, here.
Hey!
Hey, alright, so now you can do the second flat check.
I'm gonna
So many
do
flat
compressed
checks.
flicker, of course. And technically he has to make a flat check,
Oh, okay.
but
right.
I can roll the die if you want.
I'll do it. Because I'm good at rolling dice to kill players. So first, I'm gonna up your backlash. Second, I'm flat button, and he botched it.
Like, I have a moment, and like as this goes towards my head just kind of like my head turns into a specter for a second, and it passes through.
Yeah, this thing has you dead to rights, headshot. This leech is about to attach to your neck, and
it
it
just
yep, it phases right through you, lands in the water. You see it turn around to be like, wait a minute, what? And then it just is carried away by the current.
dragged right by the current.
Woo! That was cool. Way to go. Hero point.
Okay. I did just use one. I am in short supply.
Yeah, turned a very... Yeah, that was amazing. Eerie Flicker. MVP. Kirrik!
Yeah.
Might be able to end things.
Let's see.
Finally got over spirit damage. Time to reapply it.
Attack. Critical hit.
Holy smokes.
I'm gonna drink of them foes. And then attack again. I'm gonna hero point that. I'm gonna hero point that. Okay, that's it.
Khali.
I think Khali should try to, like, wait for Teriani, like delay till Teriani gets there, or maybe ready a potion for Teriani or something to help Teriani.
She still has a potion in hand, so she could do a sling bullet and then ready to single action Teriani juice.
Does that seem reasonable to everybody?
Yeah. I wouldn't say no.
Right.
I mean, Lycaena's happy to heal people once, but you know, her healing is she hasn't used any of her heal spells, but they're also very precious because they're immediate.
I mean, Tyrion has been downed before, but I think that's the closest Tyrion has been to actually being dead. Because that would have been dying to immediately and falling into a river, and because I can't hold my breath, there would have been suffocation rules in play.
No, it would be bad. No argument.
Okay. So she looses a bullet and then readies an action to, just when the arbitrariness of you ending your movement adjacent to her, she feeds you a potion. Because fluid combat doesn't make sense in a video game. So Teriani, it's your turn.
She's at end of turn adjacent to her.
Yeah, you don't even have to end your turn. Just end an action adjacent to her.
Okay. Move. Boing.
Hey, her reaction triggers.
Cool.
Elixir of Life, minor. 6 hit point.
I am super grateful for it.
Get this effect for the next turn. Okay. And that was 2 of your actions.
Right, because I had to move and I had to jump. I'm checking my inventory really quick to see if I have extra potion. Which I do not. Well, thing's really close to dead. I'm going to use my last action to nudge Fate Lycaena.
Thank you.
Just to refresh it, and I give that thing a -1 to its AC with my familiar balance lock.
Give me buttons. Hold on buttons.
That's fair. I'm usually pretty good at pressing buttons.
Okay. We forgot about Clickety.
Huh?
Clickety
No, I didn't.
Left on the rock.
No. It was, if that had more health, I would have had Clickety use his actions and crazy-ass move speed to zoom over.
What are the odds Clickety could float? I think most spiders can float. I don't think most spiders are the size of,
I think thematically that would be represented by a swim speed, and so whether or not normal spiders can, I did not take the familiar ability to give it something to that effect.
So what you're saying is other familiars might be able to swim, but your familiar can't.
Well,
yeah. My familiar can cruise at 40. My familiar is faster than all of us on the land and has a climb speed, so, give and take.
Once the adrenaline of the fight wears off.
No, there's no judgment. I wasn't judging your familiar. I wasn't being like your familiar is unworthy.
Lycaena and Kirrik, having been knocked into the river, are going to realize in hindsight that swimming in it was extraordinarily easy to do, and whatever the compromising materials that are bleaching this river red also provide it with a significant amount of buoyancy, and it's very difficult to drown unless you wanted to.
We didn't know that.
We didn't know that, yeah.
We could have tested it out.
We don't know anything about nature. We are not nature people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
you didn't want to get in the river anyway.
Lycaena's from a freaking city.
You knew it was full of heavy metals, and that's never a good thing to have inside your body.
What? We have all sorts of iron in our body.
Teriani, do you have any other actions?
No.
No?
Nope, that's all my actions.
Right, Lycaena's turn. Need to make an intern.
Okay.
Although I do enjoy having a character complicated enough, the DM's like, fuck, fine, do you have other extra actions?
Yeah, you have 5 turns a turn.
Lycaena is going to... How deep is this water?
That's probably going to be like chest shoulder height. Kirrik is
Lycaena...
like thigh high.
Okay. So she thinks she can wait it, basically.
Yeah, you wouldn't be
I
at risk
assume it
of
would be
drowning or
difficult
being.
terrain?
Yeah, if you jumped in there, you wouldn't be at risk of being swept away, but you would need to make a swim check to move.
Okay, so do I have enough actions to strike it and then get to shore?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is what I will do.
You want to hero point that? I totally would.
I only have one left. I don't think it's a good idea. And it's going to be a double move to get me onto dry land, so...
Yeah, this thing is in death throes. It doesn't have any reactions. Go ahead and pass this athletics check. Done. Okay, yeah, you managed to muscle your way through the muck and the sludge and the flowing water to prompts to shore. Now that everybody is clear, the hedgehog is going to be all like, "Ah, yeah, let me at him, let me at him. Yeah, I can finish him off, no problem."
I'm down. Is he bluffing, or does he actually want to do this?
He's bluffing. He's putting out a brave face.
So what's he going to do on his turn?
He is going to crawl down under the water and begin to scuttle away. He is more wounded than he wants to mess with him.
There's a part of me that wants to throw something at it.
Once he gets under the water, he becomes, you would tell, like, supernaturally difficult to see. Something about his shell is like creating a glamour effect, making him difficult to spot underwater.
I'm beginning to think it's more
Lycaena...
likely that we're in the Fae.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think we're in the Feywilds.
Now, here's a thing, is that's going to end the encounter, because you guys can potentially take shots at him. Killing him is... You've bypassed the challenge if you've made it to the other side of the river. Oh, I didn't mean to beat him.
There's also a point of, I mean...
But here's the thing.
I think
he's
Snail
taking...
and I are pretty even.
He's taking he's taking persistent spirit damage, so that might... We'll just see if Kirrik has a satisfying job well done feeling 3 rounds. Okay, and the next one. Spirit damage kills him. You see this thing flee the combat, it goes underwater, and then it starts, you don't know where it moves to or what happens, but very shortly after you see it's like just start to gingerly float downstream, sort of upside down in the universal dead fish symbol.
Oh. So who else thinks we might be in the third world, in the first world, or something?
I mean, I'm not going to guarantee it, but yeah, there's a possibility. We'll see tonight if we recognize the stars.
There is a tonight.
I think you guys might be looking for tonight.
Yeah, can we find tonight, please?
That's
I'm out of spells.
Alright, well, I still have some healing, so you guys wanna... Who needs it?
I need it pretty badly. Khali's been pretty good about patching me up.
We seem to be any closer to the thing that we're trying to get to?
Yeah, you figured that supposing the worst of travel through the jungle, that this trip really should only take a few hours. the 40-mile distance to the pyramids is replaced by a 5-mile journey through dense jungle. So I imagine you've probably traveled for maybe 3 miles between the place where you appeared and this river.
Okay.
But the going is incredibly tough as far as survival because creatures keep appearing. So if you guys want to camp out, that's no problem. I don't know. In normal situations, you have the skills to make a camp and such. Yeah.
Well, yeah, this doesn't feel particularly normal, but
Khali run healing every. Okay. Exploration. D20. Yeah, DC 20. Uh-oh.
Can I have a hero point for that?
He doesn't get hero point.
Or why not?
Only players get hero point.
Khali's a player.
He is a character.
Khali's a hero.
Players get hero points that they can spend on their characters. You know this if you came to our in-person PFS games where I handed out hero points.
Bill, clearly you need to go down to Ketchikan and run one. I almost said Kodiak. Where the heck does Joe live? Okay, sorry, Joe.
Gotcha.
I do know that you don't live in Kodiak, in my defense.
That's fair. There is actually a place downtown where you could pretty reasonably run some stuff.
Oops. Alright, nobody's getting healing juice. Probably too tired. I just want to make potions again. I'm gonna camp out. Go back to our land.
Alright. Lycaena can have some healing left. So
Kirrik just regenerates.
yeah, seriously, Kirrik.
He's an X-Men.
Khali, yeah, between Khali treating wounds in another hour, we know that we're not going to travel anymore. Teriani has no spells. Lycaena has used her runic weapon and may want to prepare more or different spells.
Yeah, she probably does. So she will cast. She needs to be healed, and Teriani still needs to be healed, right? So.
Yeah, I think so.
That one's for you,
I guess.
Teriani. So.
Do I get a button?
Yeah.
He probably doesn't have to roll healing.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look at that.
Rolled it. Does that get you fully topped up?
Pretty close. I'm 5 HP short.
Close enough.
I'll call that close enough for a rest.
All right.
Consider your survival as to build a shelter is buried in the subsist activity. Looking at the party skills here, the best person in survival is the occultist. Everybody looks at Teriani and be like, make camp. And he's like,
There's a lot of books on it.
Yeah, we have to rub sticks together, right?
No, he's just read a lot of books about, adventures, and survival is a surprisingly central part of that.
We're all gonna die.
So if you go to the basic actions macro and the downtime actions, got a subsist survival. Yeah, so
I mean, that's built into my forage.
yeah, you're not gonna, that's not a snail, not a pelican. You're not gonna have to consume any of your
I mean, I thought this was to build a shelter.
yeah, it's
Oh, it's all kind of roped together.
how well you and that is a success, but not a critical success. Go ahead, since you're doing that, also give me a D100 roll.
78. All right, is high good or is low good?
All right.
I find your lack of answer concerning.
I'm gonna hit this button. Update the calendar.
Okay. I'm going to take some time.
I have a new macro. Not a new macro. Changed prep in like 6 weeks of gaming. But on your character sheet next to the bed icon, there should be a little coffee cup icon. And that should walk through any daily preparation checks, or not checks, but changes you get. And I don't know if it works or not because I've never played it, but I'll try it with Khali.
Let's see. Rations, do not consume any. Oh, familiar abilities that I can change.
So it did not prompt me to do spell prep.
Um,
About it, really.
yeah, and the familiar abilities is kind of a disaster. And I Although I might switch out manual dexterity for something. Maybe touch telepathy. You can have it go. I can like look at stuff and come back. Oh my god, I could teach my spider to talk.
Yeah. Hey guys.
That's not horrifying at all.
Let me double check spell delivery. I know there's something I can get at some point that lets me use my familiar as an origin point for my spells. But I think spell delivery is just touch spells. Oh, yeah, I can have my familiar run around and touch people with spell delivery, which is useful.
I'm like forgetting that we're 3rd level.
A little while.
It might actually be worth it to give my familiar wings.
Right now, my first level spells are Bless, Runic Weapon, and Thoughtful Gift, which lets me basically get someone a potion across 120 feet. But I'm not sure if Thoughtful Gift is super useful. Since we're out in the wilderness, do we need, like, I don't know, mending or food and drink?
The tattoo transformation is kind of cool. I'm just going to stick with manual dexterity. Have it interact with stuff with me. But yeah. I'm switching one of my Times Loose Era castings to Arguary.
Oh, say no.
Wheel. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Something that's going to become apparent as you camp out is access to the night sky.
God damn it.
And we kind of have light solved already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like, because I might swap out Illuminate for Warp Step.
I know I had this fucking graphics card in this computer. How the hell did I manage that? The fuck?
And then Khali usually has Detect Magic rolling.
Yes.
So
Yeah, Kali's detecting magic. I don't think there are any new magic auras that we have come across. The Shade Wither key is definitely magical, but I think that's something that you would pose of as well.
you said access to the night something?
Yeah, so you got access to the night sky. If anybody has any astrology lore or anything, you could use that. If you don't, survival or nature, recall knowledge checks to maybe read the sky and see if that is going to give you any context of where you are with your astrolabe and sextants and things.
Does our night sky worshipping lady have anything to say about this?
No, I don't. I feel like I should.
The Pathfinder doesn't let you build the characters you want. It keeps getting more and more reinforced.
I know, which really annoys the shit out of me.
Nice work.
Joe, riddle me this. If I have a graphics card that is throwing its power error lights in one computer, and I need to move it to another computer to test if it's the graphics card, does it need to be plugged into the PCIe port? Probably, right? If I'm just trying to check whether it gets power?
Yes, because some of the power for your graphics card does come from the PCIe port.
Fuck.
And so there might be things that are powered only by that. I'm not certain, but I would say, like, I can't imagine it wouldn't.
If I just plug it into the PCI with the PCI power, no lights come on, but I can't get it to the fucking PCIe port because this 2070 Super is too big for the stupid case.
All right, so Lycaena, you were realizing that you have spent your life, wandering and enjoying the blessings of the stars, but have not spent time studying specifically, and are cursing yourself under your breath, I imagine, for being let down.
Yeah, big sin and all that. Okay, any luck?
I mean, Desmond never told you that you were supposed to worship study the stars. You were just supposed to appreciate it. No, you cannot make any comprehensible readings from the constellations visible above.
Yeah, that's a question, actually. Do I get a lore skill from my god? That's something that... The only lore skill I've got listed is the one I got from my background.
That's
I'm gonna look this
normally
up. One
the
second.
only one you get. Because lores, you don't need
You
access
don't get
to
one
them.
from...
No, it's just like your background gives you a lore, but nothing really else does.
Oh yeah, I think the black butterfly gave me stealth as a skill. That's what I got.
Teriani, you are able to pick out familiar constellations and like this is a familiar but strange night sky. It is populated by stars. It is populated by the kind of mundane nighttime sky that you would expect to see on, like the material plane, at least. I don't know if there's like night in the first world or what it looks like. It is as brilliant or as dazzling and well lit as you expect. The night sky is not so strange and alien that it like reinforces that you are someplace extremely weird. It is, however, wrong in very subtle ways. You think that you might be very far away from Avestan. You're not sure if this means you're like deep in Garand and Mwangi. You may be on the other side of the world, and the people you find are all going to be speaking Tien. The stellar cartography that you have been familiar with is very much not the kind of sky you would see from this hemisphere.
So yeah, the constellations are like, so there are some familiar constellations on, I assume, the north, like to the north. They're just kind of not in the right spot.
Yeah, or they're like stretched out in weird ways.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, so like maybe a constellation is missing that you would expect to see.
Like it would be like over the horizon to the north.
Yeah.
So definitely southern hemisphere.
Not in Kansas
Oh,
anymore.
man. Too bad we are at a place where we're not sure how time flowed for a bit, because we could have used the time of day relative to entering the portal and leaving the portal if we didn't go through the Finlands.
All right. Okay, Aristotle.
That's not Aristotle. Like anybody with a reasonable studying of the sky would be able to catch that.
I mean, how long did it take us to figure out how to do that? First, go through 600,000 years of unrecorded history.
I want to say we've definitely known the Earth was round since...
Yeah, since like Aristotle. I don't know if he's the one that did that.
Long before, like pretty much since we started exploring the ocean, we would have known the Earth was round.
Yeah, I mean the big one.
It was the shadow in a pit test. That got the radius of the Earth. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, the big one that was like the more modern was whether or not we are heliocentric or or Earth-centric, or the term was terracentric.
And Greeks get a lot of credit for proving things.
Western, what were we talking about yesterday?
People used Pythagorean's theorem long before Pythagoras, but Pythagoras proved it.
He wrote it down.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't just write it down. He proved that it was 100% accurate given like what they were working with all the time without fail.
All right.
Which that kind of like doing math like that was new.
You've confirmed that you don't know where the heck you are, but you're not anywhere near River Kingdoms anymore.
Not near River Kingdoms, and more importantly, not in the fucking Feywilds. So probably not.
It doesn't feel weird enough to be the Feywilds. I mean, I feel like if it was the Feywilds, it'd be even weirder.
What about the rocket-propelled snail?
Listen, I shot a bunch of ink blots at things. Like we have.
Have you met Kirrik?
Like,
the reality is We're just not that normal. Right here.
Resting and relaxing in your
No
shelter.
insult intended.
And you're in the shelter that you have built is hot, sweaty, and uncomfortable. You're actually feeling in, like, even though it is like, you know, sticky and wet and hot and humid, you're actually feeling like it's very easy to rest physically. Like, there's a lot of anxiety, and you hear jungle sounds that any moment you feel like a Tyrannosaurus is going to come crashing through and just gobble you all up. But the physicality of resting here seems to be extremely easy to do. Like, you're able to breathe deeply, and the air feels like, I don't want to say like fresh mountain air because that's not what a jungle does, but like the air is thick and heavy in like a it's filling you up kind of a way. Like, you feel full. Um, when you make a imagine you make some kind of fire with you're like, all you got to do is lean two sticks together and say this is a campfire, and then you can ignite them, right? That's how the magic works. Uh,
The second someone looks at it and reasonably identifies it as a potential light source.
yeah. When you start your fire, um, if you do that, it is like, you know, normally the process of lighting a tinder or something is somewhat difficult. Even though you're using magic, there's still like a hope this catches kind of a deal. But no, there's like the fire is burns hotter and it blazes much larger than you would anticipate as well. It's just like the context that you're getting based on how you're feeling and how hot the fire is burning, that the air has more air in it. Because, you know,
Place is strange.
that's how
Lycaena will at some point try to go find a quiet spot that she can pray.
Yeah.
In the dark, under the stars, in silence.
There aren't any charities to participate in, but you can find you may have to climb a tree, which you've already proven to be capable of doing. So you can go up in the canopy and just you know, take a look at the backdrop of the this little map here, and that's just the quiet place you find yourself above the din of the jungle.
Works for her.
You are able to pass through the night without being bothered. Khali had a rough night, and at this point in time is not willing to disclose what happened. That's a call for Sarah to make. Is there anything else that you want to have happened during this downtime between adventuring yesterday and adventuring today?
Let's see. I recapped some spells. It feels kind of awkward to commit a second level slot to do this, but there's a reasonable chance that, like, we just cast Augury at the beginning of every day. I don't know.
I mean, it does, but it only works up to 30 minutes. Like, you would have the context of how the spell works. If you wake up and you're like, should I go out today? It's going to be like, I don't know what's going to happen. Unless you know that if it says no, you don't go out because it means you're going to get hit by a bus or something. So, yeah. Artwork's better with more specific conditionals, in my opinion.
No, like, all right, so we'll wait until there's like a present risk.
Okay. Cool. With no other prompts, we can continue into the jungle. You figure it's only about maybe 2 or 3 miles until your destination.
Wait a second. That's not adventuring music. That's forest music.
mean, I don't have my.
I don't mean to be technical, but we are in a forest.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Ooh, I do have the Otari fourth sound. Got. I don't have any in my video game. Or one. So moving through the jungle. The next thing that you're going to encounter of any significance is there is not really a clearing, but the ground seems to be less dirt, jungle, grass. It's less forest floor, and there's clearly a thin layer of grass over stonework. And it leads to a mound with moss-covered boulders, a couple of scattered trees, kind of like straggling to hang on. And at the top of the boulder is what would be a colossal statue if it were more than just a head. It's at the top of the hill, so you just like maybe this thing is buried in the hill. Perhaps it would require like mounting the hill to really get a sense. If you're willing to investigate that kind of a thing. Senses are also, like maybe this is some ancient contraption or a horrible trap. Who knows?
Just curious.
Okay. So if you climb the hill, it's not very difficult to do. It's just a mound, more or less, with tufts of grass and occasional tree. At the very top of the hill, you can walk around the head and see that it is unmistakably elven.
Oh,
That
God,
makes
this
sense.
really
We
is
did
Age
go
of
through
Ashes Part 2.
You can check.
Makes sense. We did go through an aiudara.
I want anyone who is willing to either make a engineering lore check or a generic perception check.
I definitely don't have engineering lore.
what was the other one?
Perception.
I certainly
I'm
have
sorry, was
some
that supposed to be
perception.
blind?
No, that's fine. It should have been, but that's fine. Because
Don't worry, I'll do-
the perception check is very obviously a pass fail.
Okay.
I mean, it is kind of you either notice it or you don't.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sometimes I perceive.
I've got to roll for the cat. I'm not going to roll. If you like those perception checks because they're very good, you guys are checking out the statue but are not able to overcome your existing adventurer spirit. Those perception checks were actually initiative rolls. Lycaena and Teriani, you can see that lurking along the edge of where the jungle becomes dense again are two cat-like creatures that have been prowling you for. So investigating the statue. That'll probably be the last thing we do today.
The combat or rolling for initiative?
The actual. So I'm gonna make these initiative rolls.
And before I forget, do that. Because that's like the beginning of everyday thing. Yeah. almost clicked the roll button.
Garbage.
Garbage.
That on the piano.
Yep.
Health. All right, get over here. So you guys are checking out this big elven head. Everybody except for Kirrik and Hubert. Not be flat-footed.
So Kirik's just standing there, flat-footed.
Yeah, these are them. They appear to be, we're definitely not in the Feywild or anything.
Kind of
Yeah,
adorable,
what the hell,
honestly.
man?
So these are the cat-like creatures. They have feline, kind of body morphology, but their heads look like a cross between a lizard and or a toad, and their back are covered with these like boils or pustules that kind of have motion all their own. It reminds you of how like frogs give birth sometimes.
I don't think I'm very often reminded about how frogs give birth.
Yeah, well, welcome to the jungle.
I don't think I give a lot of thought to how frogs give birth either.
We got fun in frogs.
Like, of all the things I give thought to on a regular basis, how frogs give birth is not actually one of them.
So you guys are all able to spot the one hiding behind the statue over here. However, the first creature to act is the one that's kind of gotten into flank. It won the initiative.
Too bad it lost the knowing what prey to choose contest. Yeah, that did not go well. Everyone forget I said that.
That do.
So it is going to take a moment to look over the abilities it has, because if I continue to stall, I can say that I'm doing that instead of wrestling my cat who's laying on the keyboard. She's a sweet. This thing is going to leap with blazing fast speed at Lycaena. Try and bite you. It misses. And I think it is going to kind of skirmish. Come at you, take a swipe with a bite, move away when it misses. Teriani, it's your turn. Never used the F5.
Let's see. Okay, these things look like they're pretty bad at fort saves. So
all the animals here are fun. Welcome to Jungle Hijinks.
That thing should be on my shoulder.
Shaman is an interesting choice of words.
Yeah, we're gonna... I think we actually nudge Fate. I mean... Fuck it, we'll nudge Fate Kirrik.
Yeah, Kirrik, save us from cats.
Here you go, Kirrik. Go kill a cat.
These are small creatures, but sort of like how bobcats are also small.
Yep. Who got stuff thrown at them last time? Lycaena? Okay.
Lycaena, it came in, it tried to swipe it, grab Lycaena, and it missed, and it ran into the jungle.
Yep.
It's looking like it's going to, circle back.
Yep, I'll give Lycaena a +1 AC with Familiar Balance Luck, which I have a button for. Oh man, look what it did. What did it... Alright, your thing's cursed.
Thing's cursed?
Yeah.
My thing.
The daily prep things doubled all of my Familiar's abilities.
Oh cool, he's twice as strong.
Yep. Now I have 2 Familiar's Balance Luck to apply. Familiar Balance Luck Lycaena to give her an AC.
+1.
And then just because it's small and I like trying out new spells, we're going to Void Warp that with a basic Fortitude save. So it has to make a basic Fortitude save or take that damage.
Okay, save. Roll. Failed.
10 damage.
Hope this thing can take void damage.
Yep. Oh, I got distracted by your description. I meant to study the spell book.
You feel it jangling around.
Yeah. I've been antsy about the spell book for some time now.
I mean, that's the first night you've had it, so it makes sense. Oh, right, homework. Any other actions or activities?
Nope, I'm all out.
Okay. That'll be Khali's turn, and I know that we've only got like 20 minutes of game left, but we haven't taken a break, and I need to go to the bathroom. Let's do that.
Bathroom.
You pause the music.
Set this. And then we'll do this fight, and we'll get the heck out of here.
Kayla's computer's all sorts of fucked, man.
Having issues?
So she took her card out to RMA it.
Yep.
And so I was gonna let her use my old 2070 so she can still play video games. And I plugged the 2070 in, and it's throwing up power lights. The weird thing about it is which socket throws up the power light, which power light throws up, is not consistent. Sometimes the left one will throw up the no power. Sometimes it'll throw up the unstable power, and vice versa on the right one. I was going to check to see if there's something wrong with the 2070 by plugging it into my server computer. Or I guess the computer that's currently acting as my server computer. But that was where my question of the PCIe slot being necessary came in. And then of course we found out that Asrock didn't even give her an address to ship to. And so she's gonna just dump it back into her computer. She was gonna just like send it to an address she can find on Google for Asrock RMA, and I'm like, don't do that.
No. Make them give you the address, so just so that if anything happens,
You can at least say, yeah, this is where I sent it. So my Garth brought up a point that I didn't consider, and to my somewhat limited knowledge, it makes sense to me. Because I was asking him why the hell this card, this smaller graphics card, would be throwing power lights when her last one wouldn't. And he's like, well, that motherboard had issues with SSDs before. Maybe the smaller card is trying to pull more power through the PCIe port, and thus, since the motherboard might have PCIe lane issues, is now having an error.
Maybe. I don't actually know enough about how
Yeah, I don't either.
that would work.
Like, I mean, that stands to some amount of reason. Like, when you go from the fucking 14 pin to the 22 pin or whatever. No, is it 22 pins? Where's the 3? Yeah, because it's 14 plus 8. So yeah, 22 pin. It just stops trying to take a number of power from the fucking PCIe port. So when you go back down to the 14, maybe it does. And then if there's lane issues, which that motherboard definitely does have lane issues. Maybe that's what's throwing up the air. But I can't test it by putting it in my other computer because I don't know what fucking magic I used to get that 2070 Super in that computer to begin with, but I cannot do it now.
Did you have a riser cable, maybe?
No, I definitely didn't. It was just in there. And it was definitely cozied up against the radiator. And for the all AIO. And I could probably unplug the radiator and be fine because I'm just testing, but it's so much work.
I only have
Not unplug the radio, but unscrew it.
I only have lane problems when I'm bowling.
I always have lane problems when I'm bowling. I'm lucky if I get like a 120.
All right, it's Khali's turn. Oh, I got to do her reagents. I don't know how that works. Ugh. Perform.
Just assume she has 6 bombs and 6 healing potions.
Yeah, she's got a thing here already.
Yeah.
Perform daily crafting.
Yep, she did what she did last time.
You guys should grab her stuff. I'm going to put all of her elixirs in stash, so you guys can have them in your equipments.
Nine elixirs of life? I'll take 3 of them.
Also take 3 of them.
2 cold iron blanch, 2 Dracart mutagens coming in.
Oh, Ty Dewey.
Oh, did I lock her in there with you?
You did.
Ha 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 ha. Let's have her draw a dagger. Let's have her draw a bomb. Have her hug the statue. Oh no, cats fighting cats. Right. Lycaena. One of these things, these creatures jumped out and made a pass at you.
Where? I don't see it on the map. Oh, that thing all the way over there. I guess out my spear and my shield and such, and I'm gonna move to here to try to protect Khali and Teriani. and I'll raise my shield.
Alright, defending ourselves from crazy cat monsters. This cat rushes forward, bites at Teriani, who was previously inspecting the statue, and they saw their opportunity to come in.
That's fine. He can't bite me.
He can't, no.
Okay, he can bite me. He just can't do a lot of damage.
Alright. First, teeth. You take 5 damage.
And then I make a fort save.
But then you make a force.
I was joking. You weren't. What? You weren't supposed to make me actually make a fort save. How? This cat bit me.
Where it bit, there is a very fast physical reaction as your skin begins to painfully blister and swell. But you are too tough for that to be a bother. Seeing as he got a successful bite, he will continue to try and do so. Iterative attack misses, and he'll end his. It's hedgehogs. More cats. Not a fan. He's going to do his rush ability, which is 2 actions to move, stride twice. It's going to make the cat off guard, because who would have expected this? I sure didn't. And then he makes a quill strike. He's a fighter. He has sudden charge. .26 is a critical hit. Yeah, you guys thought I was bad to fight, huh? Well, finally, let me prove it. We're not fighting stinking
I don't think I ever said he was bad in a fight.
river snails. Ah, jeez. All right, I gotta get out of here. He uses his remaining action to ramble next to Kirrik.
If you judge a hedgehog by its ability to fight a cat or fight a snail in a river, then you'll never know how good he is at fighting cats in a field.
Yeah, sorry, it's my nature, scorpion and the frog thing. I don't know. Kirrik, softened him up for ya. Why don't you go stick a needle in it? No, put a pin in it. That's how it works.
Does Teriani threaten?
Is Teriani threatened? I don't think so.
I do have a dagger.
It depends on who you are and how you feel about spiders. I think.
Actually,
Technically, you have a torch in hand.
probably worth mentioning. Oh, right. I lost that dagger down the river.
I mean, a torch is a weapon, right?
No, you've got your unusual dagger.
Yep. I will. That's what I was going to say. That's the unusual dagger I have. I'm going to remove that dagger. It's fancy. This is where I find out my unusual dagger is returning.
Alright, he's not actually off guard. That will make a difference, so not a critical hit. Oh, but you're flanking, so it does. Ahem. Ahem.
Is it
Why are
not
you
dead?
You stabbed it. Probably to that.
It's gonna explode.
Doesn't look like something that would explode.
Yeah, I mean, of all the things that we fought recently that have exploded, this one should.
No.
Is it dead?
Yeah, it doesn't explode. Several of the cysts and boils on its back pop, and it releases this foul-smelling gas.
You just said it didn't explode.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a concussive explosion. It's a
Listen, it dies. It's dealing damage in an area. Okay.
It's not. No, it is not calling for any dice. It just smells really bad. This foul-smelling gas fills the air. It's clearly the pustules on its back clearly contain some kind of chemical. So yeah, it is slain.
Okay. I can't get to that next one. So I will shift to a worn icon and at least cover some people. And that is turn.
The other one, not realizing that the combat is to try and around the back. Large single move action. Oh no, my flank is ruined.
What up?
Hey yo, Alright, it gets over there, it sees that the other one is slain. And it is going to curl up and spend 2 actions. There is a clicking sound, like someone's trying to start a gas stove, and then several of the pustules on its back pop, and there's a spark, and there's an explosion.
Let's see. The one that died doesn't explode in order to throw us off, but the one that's alive explodes.
They don't have a death throw, but they do have a
the subversion of our expectations.
Okay, how is that beneficial from an evolutionary standpoint?
I mean, if it survives, evolution only cares that you live long enough to have kids. It doesn't matter if you then explode and die.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot of wrenches in taking that in a simple manner because there's all this group and cooperation theory and bullshit. Of course, some animals are poisonous.
Best part about this ability: rules as written, no save.
Oh, entertaining. So it's just gonna throw damage at me.
Huh.
Oh, I mean, I'm not.
Okay, hold on though. Why am I in that explosion?
It's a 5.
Okay, I see. The effect doesn't show it.
That's just me putting cool art in my video game about the imagination. I'm trying to imagine a fiery explosion. Now look at this big blue grid.
Fiery pimple explosion.
All right, Teriani, your turn.
Oh, got it. It is still alive. You know what? I want to hit this thing with cold iron.
One of these phases is going to be Faye. Dang it.
Step out. Well, we're still testing. We don't know. Also, Fae aren't the only thing weak to cold iron.
That's true.
Demon cat frog thing.
There was also that.
That is a hit.
6? I'm mad.
Damn.
Does not seem to be particularly weak or vulnerable to that kind of damage.
Yeah, most things wouldn't be.
So you stepped and then you shot cold iron at it.
Yep. That's all my actions. I didn't do any hexes, and so other things didn't happen.
What happens when you step out of your role as being a support character, Joe?
I think most of the time I've stepped out of my role being a support character. It's gone very well for us.
You're sitting here trying to do damage.
Khali's gonna stab it because, cat enmity.
In fact, I think I've been fairly successful dealing damage when I'm not trying to support you guys.
Oof. Alright, well, she ends her turn next. Lycaena! Khali set you up a convenient flank.
Yeah.
Thanks for protecting me. Do it with violence.
offensive defenses.
Cool
Wow,
elven.
my foundry is definitely starting to stutter here.
Time. That was a successful hit. Not so successful. Give you a hero point for a point because it told you to. Saving your friend Khali. After Lycaena is a hedgehog. You know, he was gonna go run up and stab this thing, but then he saw it. Then he saw it exploded and was like, I think I'm gonna wait till it's a little less crowded, and he'll delay.
You know, like
Kirk's turn.
Can't fault the man for not walking into explosion.
Let's see how this plays out. Hubert is my favorite GM NPC forever.
Switch to body icon or weapon icon. Attack. Damage. Attack. No damage.
Yeah, you guys are slicing through, popping a bunch of these pustules on its back, letting out this terrible smell. You can see that it's starting to regrow and refill other ones that have already been released out. It is going to flee entirely.
Anyone have an attack of opportunity?
Nope.
It has a 40-foot movement speed, so at 3 full round moves, it's gonna get the heck out. But it's taking spirit damage. This is compelling. Kirrik, another one added to the. And Kirrik takes no prisoners. That's why he's a legendary. That's why he's mournful. He's so sad. Things that even want to get away, he won't let them. No mercy.
Well, all these cats are dead.
Yeah, it's a little sad. Poor cats.
Yeah, because they started.
What if we're in Castrovel? I bet that's the twist. I bet we're in Castrovel. Calling it.
What's Castrovel?
It's the planet that the elves are originally from.
That actually would make a lot of sense.
Big elven statue, Aiudara.
Yeah. Starfinder 2 coming out. Gotta link it up. Because Gatewalkers came out last year, right?
Yep.
No. Shit. My theory.
This is the Dark Archive tie-in book because it's all deviant abilities. It's in like.
That makes sense.
You're thinking of the Starfinder book, The Gap, that came out this year.
Yeah, I am thinking about that one. You're right. How can I forget? I definitely remember all of its contents.
So it's after 4. We've been playing for 2.5 hours. I do have a skill challenge lined up, and then after that, a not a cliffhanger, but a here's the next problem. We'll think about tackling it. So I would say let's resolve this next little problem, and then we'll be done.
Sounds good.
I thought that combat was going to take more than 2.
Well, it could have. They got in a couple good hits.
They've been able to. The idea is that they lure you into thinking that you're surrounding them, and then they explode.
So they wanted this situation we're currently in to happen like last turn.
Yeah.
Oh, since we have a lot of ranged abilities.
We're out of combat, right?
Yeah, we're out of combat. Heal up. Khali. Spend some juice on Teriani. Spend some juice. I don't like that term.
Oh.
Good thing I picked a lower level because you weren't missing a lot of hit points. Let me check. As you move along through the jungle, so okay, you're investigating the statue, but the skills you made aren't really able to deduce what the heck is going on with it. Clearly, there is a society of elves, or what looks like elves, or worship elves. You're not sure. You have no idea if this is just the head, or if there is a complete titanic statue buried underground, trying to paw at the ground with the supplies you have to try and make that ascertain that information proves to be fruitless. So without further context, these little creatures don't really have any treasure on them. Otherwise, it seems like this investigating the statue only leads to more questions. Like, why was this an encounter? And do we really need that 68 Yes. Kirrik, and only Kirrik, can give me a perception check. Teriani.
Only me.
Yeah.
Just Teriani?
Teriani can do the Teriani can do the same thing with nature.
Oh, ignore that one. It's not private.
Only. All right. You guys are carrying on through the jungle. Khali's continuing to detect magic. Lycaena is continuing to defend. Hubert can't be bothered to help. Hey. Teriani, you guys are more or less bushwhacking, but you become dangerously close to a not particularly noticeable like clutch of mushrooms, and you very reflexively identify them as potentially dangerous and are able to halt your party from stumbling into them and potentially disrupting the world, disturbing them in such a way that they, if they have any potentially hazardous or poisonous effects, you prevent the party from activating them unintentionally.
Ooh.
There is still possibilities of intentional activation. I got some art of them too. Placeholder art. These things are just kind of
pretty mushrooms.
These things are everywhere in the area of the jungle that you guys were just about to enter into.
What do I Do I know anything about them specifically?
Maybe I've got prompts for everyone now because you can point them out. Nature, survival, or fungus lore.
Fungus lore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And make up some information that you don't know because the prompt wasn't recall knowledge, so it's all secret. Yeah, Kirrik, these are, wow, he re-rolled. What a cool guy.
Yeah, I just click the buttons, and then Kirrik goes and steals my roll.
Kirrik, all mushrooms are edible once.
It's fine. As long as it deals less than like 48 damage a turn, or 68 damage a turn, I can probably be fine.
Teriani, you know... These are similar to mushrooms that you've seen before, but you don't really know what they are.
Okay.
For a 26? Man, this is sketchy ass mushrooms.
You did not critically succeed. You should be able to see. They... These are similar enough to mushrooms that you are familiar with that you think they are like some kind of psychotropic substance, potentially valuable, used as a drug or some such.
Wait.
And you would have the skill to harvest them if you wanted to. You don't have the skill to necessarily harvest them without, like, if there are any negative consequences of manipulating them without triggering it. So you know how you could successfully convert this mushroom into treasure. You don't know if you can do it without, like, potentially putting yourself in harm's way.
Without converting myself to treasure. Got it.
Yeah. But as far as being an environmental hazard, this is bypassed by you guys noticing it.
Neat.
Well, that's good.
You guys want to sell drugs?
Quit the campaign and become drug dealers.
Yeah.
Khali, I imagine to be in character all about this.
Okay, I assist Khali in harvesting these.
It would be more that she's assisting you, I think, because you're the one that do it. Let me have her roll one of these. Probably good at. All right, music, you can chill. We're done with you.
Very dramatic mushroom harvesting music.
Right. She's good at nature, yeah. All right, nature check for Khali. Also good. Yeah, the two of you working together could potentially do this without triggering problems. One of who's taking lead?
I'll do it. No fear.
Right.
Mostly because I'm the player that's actually here.
Mm-hmm.
So would that just be a nature or survival?
Yeah. Are they the same for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna prompt survival.
Mind hammer mushrooms.
Some sort of psychotropic effect. They hammer your mind.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I'm so hammered right now.
Also, I think. Well, she's only trained, so I think she would roll against DC 15.
Yeah, even if she critically fails, she can't ruin your success.
Okay. I'm just like, hey, you want to help me with this? And then I just do it really quick, and she's just like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to help, yeah. Is there for morale support? It's a mushroom joke.
Huh.
So, about harvesting those mushrooms for treasure.
Yep, I am making the treasures up now because it was not as entertaining as I wanted in the treasure bundle, which I'm putting right now.
Magic mushrooms.
Gotta favorite to click the picture. Little text.
The nature of this experience is unclear.
Aha! That's funny. All right, you solved my mushroom puzzle. So that is.
Oh god, I just set off a trap, didn't I?
No, that was the trap. I'm putting it on here so I can start an encounter and then I can begin the encounter, end the encounter.
I respect it.
It was going to be our mines that were getting hammered, but now we're going to sell them to other people to hammer their mines.
Yeah, welcome to this alien world. Would you guys like drugs?
Yeah, that sounds about on par.
Just get the native population completely dependent on you. I hate this game.
Oof.
Okay.
Colonizer simulator.
First of all, I guarantee we're not the only people here capable of harvesting these mushrooms.
So this is going to be our final scene. You begin to start cresting a hill. You are moving up in elevation. Before you, there are no trees. A broad stone quarry lies below you. The sides are shorn 15 foot deep. The walls and the floor, a mix of just broken stone and very explicit, discrete excavation. Very well done. In the center of the quarry, a pool of water is encircling the base of a 30-foot tall stone tower. It's not a dragon totem, I promise. There's not a rock nearby, I promise.
Oh god, we're all gonna get grappled by a single snake.
There is a ramp on the southern side of the tower leading up to the top of it. And at the very top of the tower, there are two curving, rune-carved pillars crackling with purple energy that shoot up into the bottom of this pulley vehicle system.
Oh, hey,
You
they can power their gondolas.
You can follow the lines of the light beams that sort of bounce from waypoint to waypoint to the pyramid city in the distant mountains. The quarry is not unoccupied, paying you no mind whatsoever as you gaze down into the pit are two large construct creatures. They have androgynous elven bodies and are clearly laboring in this quarry, carving off bits of sparkling stone and carrying it up to the top of the platform. There's a pair of them, two constructs, two golems, to use a scary word. We canceled that word. One of them, so they have this very lithe, athletic build to them, except for being 10 or 12 feet tall. But they don't have heads. One of them, where its head would be, is this very stylized form of like a burning sphere. And in context to the other one, which has for a head this sharp, very silvery crescent, we've got a solar pair going here. They continue to work, paying you absolutely no mind. I'm going to put the party on a little map so you can get a sense of the place. We're not gonna.
Oh, damn! It's a battle map
Could be a
for
battle
Fox
map.
guys.
They are paying you absolutely no mind. They're just continuing to work as they go. I want to show you what the place is to scope out because they seem to be more interested in doing their jobs than reacting to you guys like at the edge of the quarry looking down on them. This is where we're going to stop. This is the scene before you.
What kind of moon guy is that? Oh, those are the golems.
Not golems.
Not anymore.
They didn't just change the name golem, right? They gave them different rules.
Yep.
A little bit.
AKA
The magic
golem
community is a
immunity
little more
good. So we're done skis here.
Yeah, Redundancy's here. You guys can watch these guys work, and rather than tell you now, I'll tell you next time. Kind of, we'll discuss. I imagine you guys are going to want to get to the gondola
Which is through them, I assume.
eventually.
Maybe we can negotiate. Ooh, I'll disguise myself as a rock.
I got a rock. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go do some shopping and maybe help Kayla fix her maybe broken graphics card.
Yeah, computer tech support.
Yeah. Alright, bye everybody.
Bye. Thank you for coming to play this role playing game with me. Goodbye, everyone else.
It was fun.
Joe, when are we gonna randomize her again?
I don't know. I'm bad at planning things.
Okay, cool. We'll plan for it later.
Did you want to do it today?
I think we could do it today if you wanted to like start at 5 or 5:30. Do we have plans tonight? Oh, wifey. She didn't say no.
Okay. Well, we'll check back at 5:30 ish because I still gotta eat dinner.
Yeah, there's the actual wifey.
Do all that food stuff too. Yep.
All right, we'll see you next week. Or
Just straight to next week. You've already given up.
I mean, I will.
Yeah, that's true. You will see me next week.
It's a threat.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.